What is UP Nexus Nation? Get ready for a rapid-fire download of the hottest gaming news hitting your screens. The pace is insane, and if you blink, you might miss it. We've got a massive comparison that's got everyone talking. We've got a surprise crossover that's shaking up the industry, and a major shift in how the biggest players develop their games. Plus, a beloved franchise is making a huge leap to a new platform. You need to know what's happening. Stick around, because this is PS5 Nexus. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Pragmata's PS5 performance shines. Capcom's highly anticipated sci-fi adventure, Pragmata, recently showcased its technical prowess at Gamescom 2025, offering a detailed comparison between its PlayStation 5 and PC versions. The footage revealed a striking parity between the two platforms, with the PC version, powered by an RTX 5090 and DLSS 4, exhibiting a marginal visual advantage. This edge manifested in superior reflections, more refined ambient occlusion, enhanced hair rendering, and a higher overall image resolution. However, the PS5 version stood out for its remarkable stability and robust performance, especially considering the game is still deep in its development cycle and slated for a 2026 release. Notably, Pragmata appears to be less demanding on hardware compared to other major Capcom titles. Unlike Resident Evil Requiem, which is confirmed to feature full path tracing, Pragmata does not seem to incorporate such graphically intensive rendering techniques. This strategic decision is expected to allow the console versions to maintain a consistent and high-quality visual experience without the substantial performance overhead typically associated with advanced ray tracing. The narrative of Pragmata places players in the role of Hugh, a spacefarer navigating a lunar research station alongside his android companion, Diana. Their mission is to resist a hostile artificial intelligence and find a path back to Earth. The game, originally announced several years ago, is confirmed for release on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS, and PC in 2026. While recent attention has been heavily focused on Resident Evil Requiem, Pragmata continues to be a project of significant intrigue, promising a blend of high-concept science fiction and action-packed gameplay. The strong pre-release performance observed on both PS5 and PC suggests that Capcom is committed to delivering a visually ambitious and technically sound experience across all its target platforms. Community reactions have been largely positive, with many praising the visual fidelity shown on the PS5 and expressing excitement for a new, original sci-fi IP from Capcom. Analysts note that the game's less demanding nature could translate to wider accessibility and sustained performance on current-gen consoles, a crucial factor for its success. But what if you could play a PC powerhouse on your PlayStation? Get ready, because another massive Xbox hit is making its way to PS5. Age of Empires IV's PS5 arrival sets new precedent. The world of real-time strategy games is buzzing with the announcement that Age of Empires IV Anniversary Edition will launch on PlayStation 5 on November 4th. This marks a significant expansion for the beloved franchise, traditionally a stronghold of PC gaming, and signals a new era of cross-platform accessibility. The release will coincide with the debut of a new expansion, Dynasties of the East, offering a wealth of new content for both veteran players and newcomers to the series. Players on PS5 will have multiple edition options to choose from. The standard edition is priced at $39.99, the deluxe edition at $59.99, and the premium edition at $69.99. Pre-orders are already live on the PlayStation Store. The premium edition is particularly noteworthy, as it bundles all existing downloadable content for Age of Empires IV, including the highly anticipated Dynasties of the East expansion. This comprehensive package ensures PS5 players can dive into the complete Age of Empires IV experience from day one. The Dynasties of the East expansion is set to introduce substantial new content. It features 4 new variant civilizations: the Golden Horde, Macedonian Dynasty, Sengoku Daimyo, and Tughlaq Dynasty. Additionally, players can look forward to 8 new maps, 6 new biomes, and a new single-player mode called the Crucible, which is described as an RTS roguelite experience. This expansion promises to add significant depth and replayability to the game. Adapting a complex RTS like Age of Empires IV for console play has been a significant undertaking. The PS5 version boasts full controller support, incorporating intelligent automation options, simplified tactical commands, and an enhanced radial UI system to streamline gameplay. This thoughtful design aims to make the intricate mechanics of RTS accessible and enjoyable on a controller. This move by Xbox is not an isolated event. It follows a trend of bringing acclaimed PC titles to the PlayStation ecosystem. In May, Age of Empires II, Definitive Edition made its PS5 debut, and prior to that, the mythical RTS Age of Mythology Retold also launched on the platform in March. These releases underscore a strategic shift in platform exclusivity and a commitment to broadening the audience for these classic titles. Looking ahead, Gears of War Reloaded, a remaster of the original third-person shooter, is also slated for a PS5 release, further solidifying this new cross-platform strategy. The gaming community has reacted with considerable enthusiasm, particularly PC players who have long championed the Age of Empires series and are eager to see its expansion to new platforms. Console players, especially those new to the franchise, are expressing excitement about experiencing a critically acclaimed RTS on their preferred system. Industry analysts view this as a positive development, suggesting it could pave the way for more PC-centric titles to find their footing on consoles, potentially revitalizing the RTS genre on platforms where it has historically been less prominent. This massive strategy game is just the beginning of the surprises. Get ready for a major shakeup in how Sony approaches its biggest game development. Sony realigns game development post-Concord flop. In the wake of the significant commercial and critical failure of Concord, Sony has initiated a notable shift in its first-party game development strategy. This recalibration aims to mitigate the risk of future project failures and ensure a more robust pipeline of successful titles. While PlayStation continues to dominate console sales, the output of critically acclaimed first-party games has been less consistent recently, with titles like Astro Bot last year offering some respite amidst a landscape dotted with live service projects such as Fair Games, Marathon, and the anticipated Horizon Online. The ambition to establish a strong live service portfolio has faced considerable headwinds, resulting in the cancellation of several projects and the high-profile disappointment of Concord. The game's abrupt withdrawal from the market after just 2 weeks, reportedly with a development cost exceeding $250 million, has left Sony's first-party lineup looking sparse for the upcoming months, with only the single-player title Ghost of Tsushima. Director's Cut set to launch in 2025. Herman Hulst, CEO of the Studio Business Group at PlayStation Studios, emphasized this new approach in a recent interview with the Financial Times. He stated, "I don't want teams to always play it safe, but I would like for us, when we fail, to fail early and cheaply." This sentiment underscores a desire for more agile development cycles and earlier identification of potential issues. To achieve this, Sony has implemented more rigorous and frequent testing protocols across its studios. Hulst elaborated, "The number of live service releases is not so important. What is important to me is having a diverse set of player experiences and a set of communities." This focus on diversity and community engagement, coupled with enhanced oversight, is a direct response to the Concord debacle. This enhanced oversight includes a greater emphasis on group testing, fostering cross-studio learning and collaboration, and strengthening relationships between top executives and development teams. Jason Connell, art director at Sucker Punch, provided an example of this closer collaboration, noting that while there were no imposed boundaries during the development of Ghost of Tsushima, the company would actively intervene if a project seemed to be heading towards a significant pitfall, such as another studio developing a similar game. While these pronouncements suggest a more prudent and collaborative development environment, concrete evidence of significant changes remains to be seen. The success of this new strategy will ultimately be judged by the quality and performance of upcoming titles such as Wolverine, Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet, Fair Games, and the rumored God of War prequel. Furthermore, Hulst reiterated Sony's commitment to expanding its intellectual property into broader entertainment franchises, drawing parallels with the success of The Last of Us and Twisted Metal through their respective television adaptations. This strategy aims to leverage PlayStation's rich IP library to engage audiences beyond the gaming sphere. The gaming community is keenly observing these developments, with many expressing cautious optimism. Fans are hopeful that this shift will lead to a more consistent stream of high-quality, innovative games, while also acknowledging the challenges Sony faces in reorienting its development pipeline after the Concord setback. Sony's strategic shifts are significant, but there's another major player making waves. Get ready for a deep dive into the performance of an upcoming sci-fi epic on PS5. Xbox's Age of Empires IV is coming to PS5 this November. In a move that continues to blur the lines between formerly exclusive platforms, Xbox has announced that the acclaimed real-time strategy title, Age of Empires IV Anniversary Edition, will be released on PlayStation 5 on November 4th. This marks a significant expansion for the long-running franchise, which has historically been a flagship PC title, and heralds a new era of accessibility for console gamers. The release will be accompanied by the launch of a substantial new expansion, Dynasties of the East, promising a wealth of new content for both seasoned veterans and newcomers to the series. PlayStation 5 owners will have a tiered selection of editions to choose from, catering to different player preferences and budgets. The Standard Edition will be available for $39.99, the Deluxe Edition for $59.99, and the Premium Edition for $69.99. Pre-orders for all editions are now open on the PlayStation Store. The Premium Edition stands out as the most comprehensive offering, bundling all previously released downloadable content for Age of Empires IV, including the eagerly awaited Dynasties of the East expansion. This ensures that PS5 players can immerse themselves in the complete Age of Empires IV experience from the moment of launch. The Dynasties of the East expansion is poised to be a major draw, introducing a significant amount of new material. It will feature 4 distinct new civilizations: the Golden Horde, the Macedonian Dynasty, the Sengoku Daimyo, and the Tughilaq Dynasty. Furthermore, players can anticipate the addition of 8 new maps, 6 new biomes, and an entirely new single-player mode dubbed the Crucible, which is designed as an RTS roguelite experience. This expansion is expected to inject considerable depth and replayability into the game, offering fresh challenges and strategic possibilities. Adapting a complex and strategically deep RTS like Age of Empires IV for console play has been a considerable development challenge. The PS5 version has been engineered with full controller support, integrating intelligent automation features, simplified tactical command inputs, and an enhanced radial user interface system to streamline the intricate gameplay mechanics for a controller-based experience. This thoughtful design approach aims to make the nuanced strategies of RTS gaming both accessible and enjoyable on a console. This strategic move by Xbox is part of a broader trend of bringing highly regarded PC-centric titles to the PlayStation platform. Previously in May, Age of Empires II Definitive Edition made its debut on PS5, and earlier in March, the mythical RTS title Age of Mythology Retold also launched on the platform. These releases clearly indicate a strategic pivot towards increased cross-platform availability for key titles, aiming to broaden their respective fan bases. Looking ahead, the highly anticipated Gears of War Reloaded, a remaster of the iconic first entry in the third-person shooter franchise, is also slated for a PS5 release, further underscoring this evolving cross-platform strategy. The gaming community has responded with widespread enthusiasm to this news. PC loyalists of the Age of Empires series are particularly pleased to see its expansion to new platforms, while console gamers are expressing excitement about experiencing a critically acclaimed RTS on their preferred system. Industry observers suggest this trend could encourage more PC-focused games to find a home on consoles, potentially revitalizing the RTS genre's presence on platforms where it has historically been less dominant. This major release is just one piece of the puzzle. We're also looking at how Sony is changing its entire game development approach. Recap: Pragmata PS5 shows strong performance, Age of Empires IV is coming to PS5, Sony is refining its development strategy after Concord, and another Xbox hit is heading to PlayStation. Stay tuned for more.